Sorry. So we just need to be careful. Okay. So Harold.
I'm sorry.
We know you want to add something to one of those previous statements that they expounded on. What would you like to say, sir?
I'm just going to backtrack to the previous posted in terms of the rumors affecting us personally. We all sat down and had many conversations before we really started being very vocal, putting things out there and just really beating that drum that our rule is, as long as what we're doing or we're speaking on is factual and can be verified, and it's something that can possibly be detrimental to the institution and people need to know, we're going to speak up about it at all costs. Whatever people want to say about us, whatever mud people want to try to throw on us, I think what I would like the audience to really and truly understand, and I'm going to use this analogy again, St. August home. And as we all leave the nest and we go other places, some of us stay home. We stay in the city, in the town, and we come and we check on the house, we check on the infrastructure, we check on grandmama. That's us. We're those younger cousins who can be a little rambunctious from time to time. I like the analogy that Dee used, as far as alumni such as yourself, alumni a little older than us, we see y'all as the auntie and uncles. If you have a perspective or if you have something that you want to throw at us, talk to us. At the end of the day, everybody is on the same page about wanting the institution to continue to be vibrant, to continue to birth graduates, to serve a certain segment of academia. And that is our only sole purpose in what we do. And we have conversations where things come on the horizon and we go back and forth and we fuss and yell and go back and forth. But if we feel that something might be too detrimental or we really don't want to do anything that might create a negative spin, we sit on it. And like Devron said, we're not political, but we try to be strategic in trying to verify information and get to individuals when it is absolutely necessary to say, hey, we need to talk to you. And sometimes, fortunately, it falls on deaf ears because, as Dev had stated earlier, there were certain individuals who felt like, well, what are y'all going to do? So we just basically just energized that base of a lot of classmates that we had, and this thing is somewhat kind of generational because we were all in school. And the people who know us personally and who were in school with us, they know that we're not going to back down from a fight and we're going to speak facts and we're going to stand in solidarity and we're going to have each other's back. And us having each other's backs are some of the issues and things that have come on the horizon. And of course, nobody wants to hear bad news. People get mad at the messenger, but guess what? If it needs to be said, we're going to say it. And we own it. That's just what it is.
And you know what I have to say? For me, the reason why I did this live is because I saw your heart during homecoming. When I stepped on the quad and I saw that setup y'all had, the food, the tents, the whole layout, the food was good too, y'all. If y'all didn't get none, y'all missed out. That was your fault because I ate. But I just need to tell y'all, when I saw how y'all did that, I said, okay, I got to do something. And that's what we need to do as alumni. Like, I have my little old podcast here and I read some people and I said, you know what, I'm going to bring them on and we're going to talk about this. Well, you may have something else. You may have some resources. You may have some monetary money you can donate. You may have some time on your hand where you can give it to them. You may have some ideas about what you'd like to see happen at the school. And what they are saying to you is that they would like to see you come and add to what they're already doing. They just lit the fire for us, y'all. Now, you see my question there. I asked you because I'm sure this has come up and I'm sure you've been addressed by some of the alumni, whether it's the local or national. So I just want it to be clear so you can let it be known what you are trying to do, what your mission is at hand. Are you guys trying to replace the Alumni Association, or will you be adding to it with additional resources through this organization?
No.
When we, I can remember the first day we met as a group. And this question came up, like, people had questions about us. And the thing was, we had made it clear day one, we were not trying to replace the NAA at all. We just wanted to be a resource to students and alumni, as well as the leaders at the institution. Because we, as I stated, and it's been stressed during this entire segment, we love SAU. Like, they gave us that chance, and we wanted to see that legacy go on for years to come. And what better way for that to happen than to be a resource? So relationships were built with leaders. I would say the olive branch was extended to leaders, but we made that relationship with the students. One day we just, as everyone said, popped up at the institution. We, the guys went to the male dorms, Naisha and I, we went to the female dorms. We went inside, we saw what was going on. The kids sat down, well, young adults sat down and talked to us. They expressed their concerns. And then afterwards, we met collectively as a unit to discuss the concerns and then formulated a plan as to how to present those concerns to the leaders of the institution. So from the start, we have always wanted to be a resource and not a hindrance to the institution. And that is something that we are trying to continue to be, despite opinions. But wow, that is the whole entire premise of our organization, is just to be a resource to leaders, to the institution leaders, to the student body, as well as alumni.
Devon, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, really quick. One of the things that we first asked everybody that was coming to the Zoom calls when we were quietly mobilizing was, if you join our efforts, please join the national alumni and a local alumni, at least the national, if you couldn't find a local. Part of the thing that Dee spoke to, for real, like, we didn't understand at the time, and the national alumni's leadership has changed since then. Nobody talks about the olive branch and who held on to it until they no longer needed us. And that's something that we sort of are stuck with, like, because I mean, Ms. Bodie, when I tell you, we know all of the leaders, we meet everybody because they know who we are, because they watch what we do. Mm-hmm. But the problem becomes, once you sort of get to where you need to be, you sort of let go of that olive branch. But with us, it's sort of like, well, does it now become a switch? You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. So, oh, wow. So you get to where you needed to get to. And that's where we think some of the rumors were coming in, that we were trying to replace the national alumni and they're doing things. And even sometimes in the past, when we were trying to do things at St. Aug, we had meetings with leadership and they were like, you guys are doing things, but you can't call yourself an alumni association. Well, I'm an alumni. I call myself. I'm just confused. You know what I mean? I paid money